Right. Well, if I can find a few action on some weddings, I'm going to love it.
The backlash makes me horny.
We're up for the banter.
It's a comedian.
Hello, welcome back to another episode of That Josh James Show. It's a podcast for the geezers.
And their birds.
As ever, I'm joined by Romford's number one podcaster. It's my good friend and sidekick, Chrissy White, aka Whiteboy.
I'm no fucking sidekick. Oh, yeah, I'm the sidekick, apparently.
How funny.
Oh, it's the sidekick.
What did...
Shut up, you little mug.
You did call him a drama kid. Did you say it to his face?
Drama school kid.
Drama school kid, yeah.
No, not to. Come on, man. It was my first premiere. I was trying to blend in. I was a foot taller than everyone else.
Yeah, listen.
Wearing a fucking Inspector Gadget coat. You know what I mean? I was trying to blend.
I mean, he was all pretty chuffed to be there, really.
Yeah.
But he's particularly chuffed.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah, no, it was...
What a day.
Hey.
That was great. That was
Last
good.
minute, yeah. Sorry, Shermanator. We had to blow you out.
So we had booked Marching Powder for the Friday, hadn't we? Got tickets, obviously, to the premiere, and then we blew Shermanator out, and he's very annoyed at us.
Blew Shermanator out for the Friday. I also had to blow out my home group. Shout out. Narcotics Anonymous. Saved my life and that, but... Drug-related film premiere. Gonna have to drop my meeting out.
And then, in retaliation, Shermanator then circulated an AR video of me and Whiteboy kissing.
Yeah, mate, it's far too realistic. Have you seen it?
No,
Have you seen it, guys?
Show them later.
So bad.
For people that are more comfortable with their sexuality, I found it quite funny.
It made me cringe so bad. It fucking turned my
You
stomach
see,
over.
there are blokes that do the gay for pay, don't they?
Yeah.
I got to say, I think to do that,
You've got to be a little bit
you've got to
gay,
be a little
mate.
bit gay. You've got to, though. I think so.
Of course you have, mate. Look, all I'm saying,
Because surely just getting hard...
if a beard come rubbing up on my face, I'm not going to enjoy that. I know I'm not.
No.
I don't want that. I don't want that. You know what I mean?
I've got to say, though, when I see, like, two lads on the train holding hands or whatever, I'm like, go on, lads, you know what I mean? We've come a long way. It's good that you
Fucking
can...
right and all.
Yeah, it's good that you can express your love and be
That's
who you want to
brave.
be.
That's brave.
But I think that's good. You know, that's good. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, go on, lads, crack on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I just went in my group chat and it's just like, this needs explaining. And it's a photo of you. You know the one where I look like a doorman?
Yeah,
standing
yeah,
behind you. And then all of a sudden we just...
Yeah.
AI, dangerous, mate. Dangerous.
Yeah, really.
It looks really real.
Really, you can have a lot of fun with that. Yeah. You can have a lot of fun
Start
with
a lot of rumours with that
Yeah,
one,
you
mate.
can start a lot of rumours with that one.
Like, mate, I've seen a video of it.
Yeah. But yeah, how you been this last few weeks? All good?
Good, mate. Really busy. I was just saying to Chike, so much coming up, mate. So much on, so much stuff to pay for. And it just seems like a never-ending grind, bruv.
Yeah, mate, that's life, man.
But I'm enjoying doing it.
Listen, that's life. But, you know, one day we'll be retired in Spain and, you know, feet up doing podcasts on the Costa del Sol.
In the Hacienda.
Beach. Yeah, be me and you, fucking hell, boy. Oh, we've done all right, boy. We've done all right, son.
Look at us.
We're being La Carla, we're being Olivia's in La Carla, Elliot Wright's gaff.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, I'll have me princess there, that's me wife there, we'll be together, great girl. Stuck with me through thick and thin. And then I'll be doing a bit of karaoke. And I'll be singing Frank Sinatra my way. I done it my way. Oh, yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, when I brought off, built out more than I could chew. You always see them geezers, didn't you? You know what I mean? Leathery boats.
Yeah, proper leathery boats. White Ralph button-down shirt, 4 buttons
Their
undone,
wife's sitting
gold
there
chain.
watching thing. I've had to put up with this bollocks for 40 years. Yeah, no, it's good. And I'm talking
Only
about...
Kev.
And the way that I talk about my kids, I don't call them my kids. I go, oh, he's my boy. You know my boy, didn't you? Yeah, he's a good boy. He's got good stock. Right, yeah. He's got a little waste management firm, yeah, and yeah, no, he's done good, the boy. Done good, the boy, good kids.
Good stock.
Wait a while. I've raised them right. I've raised them right. Now he can't be in this the fucking UK now. It's finished, mate.
Gone.
It's gone, mate. Finished. I see geezer the other day, walked down the high street. I back there for a geezer. What? Having a fucking pack of crisps. Finished the crisps. Dropped the pack of crisps on the floor. The UK's finished, mate. Not in my day. You dropped the pack of crisps on the floor, you got put into a fucking coma, boy. You did. We didn't have that. Well, not my day. Nah, you guys finished, mate. You guys
You
finish.
sound like the kid's had a stroke halfway through the
You guys
speech.
finish, mate. You guys finish, mate.
He started off like an old gangster and he turned off. He had a fucking
You
stroke
can't
halfway
say
through.
nothing nowadays, mate. You can't say nothing. I stopped it all now, all this woke bollocks now. You can't say the pea shop no more. What are you supposed to call them? Hey? What are you supposed to call them? Anyway, yeah, that'd be me and you. What do they want to be called? Well, it's only short for Pakistan. Short for Pakistan, what are you supposed to call them? What, they're humans now, are they? Back in my day, they weren't humans. He's finished, mate. So that'd be me and you, doing podcasts on the beach in Costa del Sol.
Give me a minute. Got me up.
But anyway, I was doing a gig the other day, and I was on the way back from Croydon. And this is, I know you're going to think I'm getting, this is not a joke. This is actually quite serious. It's something I was thinking about whether I actually wanted to mention it, but I think there's quite an important message behind it. And I'm driving back, and I'm going over this bridge, and I'm not far from home. And there's a car parked up, and there's a geezer looking over the side of the bridge. And I thought, and it's like 11 o'clock at night, and I'm like, I don't look good. So I drive back, and I go out the window. I was like, mate, you all right? And he don't answer me. So I park the car up, and I jump out. I go, mate, what's going on, man? You all right? And he's like, no, mate. He's like, I'm not feeling good. So I was just talking to him for a little bit, and yeah, it turns out like I won't go into his personal problems, but he's had, you know what I mean, it's been quite full on for him over the last few years. You know what I mean? And he's just like...
Still come on top.
Yeah, and I'm like, mate, what? He goes, what? I'm like, well, what are you doing? What are you looking over the edge for? He goes, don't worry, I'm not going to jump. And I'm like, well...
Looks like you are, mate.
Looks like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's like...
It's like you're thinking about
looks
it.
like you're thinking about it. But anyway, I had a little chat with him, and I'm like, wait until he got back in his car, and I said, mate, give me your number and wait until, like, you know what I mean? When you get home, can you give me a text? And he dropped call. I'll make sure I've got the right number. Do you know what I mean? Because no one's giving me a dodgy number. Yeah, text him, and he goes, I'm home now, mate. Do you know what I mean? But just made me think, like, you know, you're talking about, like, that's a grind, isn't it? Life's a grind. And it is, especially, I think, when you get to the sort of ages we are, like your 30s, your 40s, when you get commitments and you've got families, and obviously you're supposed to be, like, the real, you know, men, I suppose, typically are supposed to be seen as, like, the pillar of strength, almost. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like, just crack on, get on
Listen,
with
if
it.
everything goes tits up, it's all right. The man's got us.
I've got you. Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's typically what it's supposed to be. And that's a lot of pressure for blokes. And it becomes a lot on top. And I think we are good now. You know, there's a lot made about men's mental health. And actually, a lot of people fucking milk it. And you think, oh, shut up, mate. You're just trying to get views.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Views or pip. You know what I
Views,
mean?
or you want people to think you're a fucking great guy or whatever. But it's just like, you know, but it made me think, you got to, it's very real, isn't it? And you should never get to that point where you're fucking looking over a bridge.
No, mate, but I feel like, I mean, if you are telling the truth, because it does sound like you made it up. You've got a track record of making stuff up
It
lately.
is true.
You've done a very good thing there, mate.
And I was thinking
because
about-
if you didn't pull over and you didn't go see him, he might have jumped.
And
Who
listen,
knows?
one thing made me think, I don't want to mention it, right? It's because whenever I see things like this on social media, as bad as it is, and this is probably my own toxic masculinity, right? I think, oh, fucking shut up, mate. Yeah, we all know about mental health, and we all know where to go to get help. But I thought I will mention it for two reasons. One, because you've got to talk to people. If you should never get to that point where you're looking over the side of a bridge, and maybe he weren't going to jump over, but he's certainly contemplating it. So I thought, one, I'll mention it for that. And two, I mention it because, you know, there's still tickets left to my tour. So please do go get them, joshjagsy.com. You know what I mean? What a good lad. What a good geezer. Do you know what I mean?
And you got his number now, so you can send promo
And I've got-
directly to his phone.
Oh, well, actually,
Yeah.
I'm going to get him to do a reel.
Yeah.
As a little bit of promo. If we're
Like,
struggling,
this man saved my life.
if we're struggling to pack our Hackney Empire, just be
Yeah.
like, yeah, matey boy stopped me from...
Yeah. Fan's a fan, mate. Ticket sales are ticket sale. Put it that
Listen,
way.
it's a hard game. It's a hard game out there at the moment.
Mate, that's like you went fucking right out your way for a bit of promo there to send some marketing to
thought-
one man.
Here we go.
Yeah, mate, talking about comedy shows, have you seen Top Secret Comedy Club and not letting people
Great
with
comedy
Botox
club,
in?
top secret.
Done our first live show there.
Done our first live show. It's top secret.
Oh, I was a baby in the game then, mate.
Yeah, he was baby in the game. Big John, wasn't it?
Big John, mate. Big John filled up stage. Big John was in the middle of us, and I was having to go like that.
Yeah, weren't the best.
Big John's girth was in the way.
Weren't the best. That was the funniest bit about that show. He was talking about ordering Chinese, and there was some Chinese people in the audience.
Yeah.
And I went, is there anyone from China in? And there's like people that obviously don't listen to the podcast, but they just come to watch on a whim. And they're like, are we from China? You know?
Yeah.
And and Big John went, Bosh! Goes, yeah, we Chinese. And he was like, Bosh.
No, but you was like, yeah, so do you listen to the podcast? And he was like, no. He must have just literally been walking past the gaff, like, what's going on in here? Let me go and see it.
Yeah.
Got me sitting there, I said about 4 words in an hour, just panicking.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out Big John, shout out Chinese people, and shout out Top Secret Comedy Club. So they've implemented a new rule.
Do you want to read
If
the
you've
article? Did I
got-
send it to you?
If you've got Botox,
So here we go.
you ain't allowed in.
So here we go. A popular UK comedy club, Top Secret Comedy Club, has banned audience members with Botox after comedians complained that reactionless faces made it difficult to gauge audience engagement. The club's owner, Mark Rothman, called the ban a last resort to preserve the atmosphere for performers who rely on facial reactions for their comedy. Starting March 5th, door staff will check for Botox use through ID and expression tests.
So, do you think this is real? Or do you think it's a little bit
One
of a
thing I
publicity
would
stunt?
say is this is really discriminatory against people from Essex, really, and our neck of the woods.
Yeah, of course it is.
Essex, that southeast London area of like Bexley Heath and Erith and Beckenham, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That are absolutely
Bromley.
Botoxed up to their eyebrows.
And let's not forget the north of the country either.
The north of the country,
A lot of lip filler up north, mate.
Scousers, they
love
love a
it.
bit of... They love a bit of shit in their face, don't they?
Yeah, oh, squirt me up.
Yeah, a little bit
Squirt
of
me up,
concrete
boy.
in their mush.
Yeah. It's only a couple of mil.
Freeze, if you have Botox, you will be denied entry. That is funny, though.
Brilliant.
I think it's a PR stunt, personally.
I think it's a PR stunt too.
it
But
is.
what do you think, as a comedian, is it hard to judge people's expression? I suppose people do lose their common expressiveness when they've fucking squirted loads of Botox in the forehead.
They do, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can still laugh. You can still laugh. You can still laugh, yeah.
Are you happy or sad?
I mean, I've always liked just a natural face, you know.
My missus is trying to get, so when I do this, I get like some lines in my forehead. My missus is trying to get me squirted up. I'm like, no, I'm all
Mate,
right.
I know geezers, like hard blokes, like geezers down my boxing gym, is like a trainer, gets Botox regularly. Like, and he's like, tough bloke.
Mate, character on the pod has had Botox.
Who?
One of the characters on the pod.
What?
He's already been mentioned in this episode, but I'm not going to say his name. Maybe he made an AI video of us lips in each other
He's had Botox.
a couple times.
Do you know what though? I don't know. Yeah, that don't surprise me.
I know, mate. It's just it's not even really an option for me. And look, I know this is not going to relate too
So
well.
there he is making AI videos trying to insinuate that we're homosexuals when in fact he's the one getting Botox.
Botoxed up, yeah. And look, while we're on the subject, I know this might not relate too well to like an audio version of this podcast, and I'm probably not even going to show the video, but someone messaged me the other day, and this has been sent to me like 3 or 4 times. There's a video, right, going around of a guy getting like eye bag Botox. I showed Chike earlier. It fucking really looks
Go on,
like
show
me.
me. I mean, the camera might be able to pick it up there. Hold on, just see if Gelly can sort it out. Oh my God. Yeah. So what's this? So
This
he's
geezer's getting his eye bags Botox.
getting eye bags Botox.
Right?
So what does Botox do? It sort of fills out the face, doesn't it?
The only way I've got away with it is this geezer's got a nose ring. Yeah? And I've clearly not got a nose ring.
Yeah.
But it does look like me. A few people have sent it to me. One
it
guy's
does look
like,
a bit like you.
bit suspect, mate, and sent me that video. I'm like,
Yeah.
leave off. But I mean, if one thing I'd probably do with a little touch up on is the eye bags, which made it all the more
Really?
plausible.
See, I think I personally quite like the look of looking a little bit fucked in your face.
Fucked, haggard,
Not
tired.
not like you look fucked, but like you look a bit fucked. Do you know
yeah,
what I mean?
I know.
So
Yeah,
it's
like good fucked. If you didn't have no eye bags, it's like I like when people got a bit of callus on their hands. Shows they're fucking out there grafting. You know what I mean? Not just like
I think it's a bit.
pedicure,
I think it's a bit
manicured.
of character having a bit of wrinkles and a bit of this and a bit of that.
Of course it is, mate.
Do you know what I mean?
Of course.
And as we probably spoke about before, you can go too far with the Botox. You know what I mean? Like when some people don't ever know when enough's enough. It seems, you know.
Plus, I don't know if you've ever noticed this. If you've seen someone and you ain't seen them for a long time, and they've been getting treatments,
You don't
and then you
recognise them.
see them, you're like, fucking hell. It's a shock to us because you ain't seen them for 10 years. What they see in the mirror, they'll just have a little bit,
Yeah.
and then they get used to that face.
Little progression.
Then they'll have a little bit more, and they'll get used to that face.
Yeah.
So they don't see it because it's like slow progression over time. When you ain't seen them for 10 years, you're like, fucking hell.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I can't even mention it. Like, wow.
Female. Really.
Vocal sauce.
Just
What
looks different.
have you done?
Yeah.
Beautiful
and you've got
girl.
to think as well.
Beautiful girl to start with.
You got to think as well. If you ever get kidnapped, and like they pull up like a fucking old photo of you
Yeah.
before you've had all this work done, we ain't gonna find you, are we?
Of course not. Missing person, and they show the old face. Gone.
Gone.
Forever.
And actually, you know, like they show a picture of you on the news. They're like, right, we're looking for this person, and you're looking for that person, but really, you know what I mean? It's like,
The kidnapper, the captor's like,
that's all right.
Lovely,
I've got
ain't her?
fucking Donald Duck strapped up in the
yeah,
boot. You know,
Donatella.
no one's gonna catch me. You know,
Donald Duck.
Donald Duck.
It's a bit of a duck mouth, isn't it?
Duck mouth, yeah.
Hmm.
Well, a lot of them look like Mr. Blobby, you know, just like that.
Yeah, it's not a good look.
Usually them blokes in the Costa del Sol are like, yoga's finished.
Mate, it's
Usually
true.
that next to them, they got their wife who's like, can't move. Yeah, babe, yoga's finished. She's like,
yeah, Stan.
yeah, yoga's finished, mate.
This one.
Yeah. She's like that. She's like, yeah, I'm still young. Ooh. Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
boy. Yeah,
and look,
you're
mate,
handsome.
I get it. It
yeah,
must be
you're
tough.
handsome, boy. Oh, I'll break you in.
It must be tough for ladies get older, especially if they're like, especially if these ladies where they're like their whole identity was their beauty, like really beautiful women when they were
Mate,
younger, and then they
this
get
is
older. It must be really difficult, and they're trying to hang on to it, but unfortunately, it doesn't work.
I always find it interesting for women, right? Because I would imagine, right, that blokes react differently to them when they're in their early 20s to when they're 30, 40. Els, have you found that? How old are you now?
You're not supposed to ask a lady how old
40.
she is. It's very rude. That's not a gentlemanly thing
And
to do.
without objectifying you, whatever, but El, you're an attractive lady. Do you feel like you have been treated differently from when you was younger to...
It's different types of men.
Different types of men? Really? Do you still get, I suppose that you're, you know, do you still get blokes with inappropriate comments and stuff towards you?
Yeah, a bit, but nothing like when you're young.
Nothing like
Less
when
and
you're
less.
young. Especially when you're in a school uniform.
Which is bad, really, isn't it, mate? How nonce is that?
Really? Yeah.
How nonce
Really,
is
the
that?
peak in the school uniform.
Mate, I've had it. I was driving along with this bloke. I'm not going to fucking mention his name. Geezer I used to work with, and he's like, whoa. And I'm like, she's a fucking child, mate. What are you doing? Like, the school uniform is the perfect indicator that she is too young. Do not make a comment. Like, weird, mate. Weird.
don't
Dress
do
up
it.
like a schoolgirl. No, thank you, mate.
There's a lot of
Very
pornos like
off-putting.
that as well, aren't they? Where like
Yeah.
girls are dressed up in...
Apparently, step-brother, step-sister porn is the most searched for.
Yeah, I see a lot of that.
Do ya?
I've seen a lot of it on searches.
Oh.
When I've been doing research, nothing
Okay.
like that, like just researching and that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah. There's a lot of that. Listen, there's a lot of that.
Stepmom comes in room and all that. Oh, it might be stepmom. It might be stepmom.
It's always like stepdaughter jerks off stepdad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, ooh.
Yeah. The titles, mate. The titles are like, man, I can't fucking click on that. That sounds fucking horrible, mate.
Yeah. And the acting's almost like, someone walks in the room. Oh my God. I can't believe you caught me.
What, do you watch the first bit, do
Sticking
you?
a finger up my ass. I'm guessing you've... Oh my God, what can you do? Well, I suppose you're going to have to... And it's always like the jump's always mad. Like, oh my God, you caught me sticking a finger up my ass. How do we resolve this? I'm guessing you're going to have to stick your cock up my ass to make things better. And it's like, how have you got from that to that?
There's no
Surely you just be
logic.
like,
There's absolutely no
"Whoa,
logic."
Sorry, just maybe just knock next time. Do
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Porno over.
Go and wash your hands, love.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'm going to go B&Q now, I'm going to get locked for this door, porno finished. But he's like, nah. I'm going to stick a finger up your bum and all. You know what I mean? It's like, how have you gone from there to there?
Yeah, it's a big jump.
The plots in these pornos, they need reassessing.
Yeah,
you know what I
I'll
mean?
be completely honest. Never really been much for watching the acting portion. I'm normally like, skip 15 seconds, get to the action.
They're not the best actors. I'm not,
Well, no,
spoiler alert.
they're the worst actors.
Spoiler alert, not going to win any Oscars.
Nah.
You know what I mean?
What's the porn industry version of an Oscar? What are they called?
I think they're called
Golden
blowies.
dicks, the golden dicks.
Yeah, the golden.
It's not going to
maybe
come out, it's just like a
instead
big
of golden
hard
globes,
shaft.
it's the golden showers. You know what I mean?
What is it called? I really want to know, because I know there is one. Porn equivalent.
Wouldn't it be great if it was just like an Oscar, but then the Oscar just had like a raging
Or it's just the AVN
AVN?
Awards.
AVN
That's got to
Awards.
stand for something though.
The adult video news.
Okay.
What?
Yeah.
That's well shit.
Yeah, it's not great that. But there you go. Be interesting to maybe get a porn star on one day. Because I'm fascinated.
Have you seen these new podcasts now where it's like a podcast / porno?
Right.
They talk and then halfway through the podcast they just all start fucking each other.
Really? Okay. I can see.
It's like the Brazzers podcast.
Okay, so
And
they...
then it's like two geezers, and they're talking about, oh yeah, I remember that scene when you fucking smashed me up the arse while he was, and then they're like,
Okay.
halfway through it, they're like, and they just start getting bare on it. Because they're talking about it so
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
They start getting bare on it. One geezer sitting there, he's like, got an hard on,
Yeah.
can't take it no more, and they just all have a
One of
mass
them pops to
orgy.
the toilet quickly and then he comes back and the other one's start bollock naked.
Yeah.
So,
And he's like, get that mic out of the way, and just,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
And then he
Start
gets on
cracking
the other mic.
Yeah. All sorts going on, mate.
I mean, that probably gets more views if we started doing that. In all
Yeah, of course it
honesty.
does. I mean, I don't really know how you're going to get that on Spotify. You might be limiting your platforms, but maybe they just cut and then you have to go to Pornhub to watch the rest of it.
Yeah.
Don't know. I haven't seen it
I
myself.
do
but
like. I mean, listen. I think. Yeah, just move on from that. We've asked for your listener questions and shout outs. So we've got a few here. We thought we'd read them out, wouldn't we? If I can just get back.
Before you get into that, let me just, so this one's from a couple of weeks ago, right?
Go on.
Someone called Scott Evans,
Scotty
out,
Evans.
Scott.
He's a regular listener.
regular listener.
Yeah.
Huge fan of the pod, mate. Sorry to be weird. I need to tell you this story as I think you'll like it. Bearing in mind, I now live in Norfolk. I'm having a new bathroom fitted this week by a geezer from Essex, but also now living this way. Earlier today, I was watching last week's episode, the Danny Dyer one. Whilst I've got the TV on, he hears it and shouts out, "Oi, is that the Josh James podcast?" Them two cracked me up. I said, "Yeah, mate, I watch it every week. They both make me die." When we were discussing the episode where you mentioned going into people's houses to tile, and when a customer don't offer you a tea or coffee, the plumber says, "Is that why you've been asking me 5 times a day?" Oh, every time I want a drink. Yeah, I laughed and said, it's exactly that. Even more mad that we don't know each other. He's from Collier Row and I'm from Romford.
Oh, I love it.
The pod's definitely travelling upwards of the country. Keep it up.
Come on, boys. Come
Thanks,
on, Scott
Scott.
Evans. That
So
is a
look,
great message.
I'd like to...
How good is that message?
I like
How
the
lovely is
fact that, you know what I mean? Because I feel really strongly about when you go in someone's house and they don't offer you a cup of tea. Nice. But, Scott, calm down. There is such thing as too many cups of tea, right? You've got to find that sweet
I
spot,
don't think
mate.
there is, personally. I have about 8 cups a day.
Yeah, but say it's a 3-hour job and you've been asked 5 times, and mate, come on.
Well, you say about talking about how it's travelling up, you know, the country. Funnily enough, I've got a message from Jack L, who messaged us to say, Jamesy boy, big fan of the pod. Obviously, he's saying it probably in a Scottish accent, but...
Jamesy boy.
Jamesy boy, big fan of the pod.
What?
Yeah,
Where's
that's
he from?
what's that? That's like Italian, isn't it?
Big fan of the pod.
Big fan there, Jamesy boy. Big fan of the pod. Anyway, I ain't gonna do the Scottish accent.
No, you can't do the Scottish
Jamesy
accent.
boy, big fan of the pod. Just booked to see you in Hackney. Coming down from Aberdeen
Aberdeen.
for it. Seeing a few pals and staying down for Remembrance Sunday.
Oh,
I mean,
geezer.
how fucking on brand is that? Coming
Mate.
down to have a laugh, but also pays respects.
Yeah.
Come on, for the fallen soldiers.
Oh, mate, yeah, lest we forget.
Lest we forget.
My guy.
We'll have a pre-match meal at the pie mash shop. I mean, these geezers.
This geezer's got levels.
Listen,
Levels. What was his
You're
name?
talking about Gelly. You're talking about you went Harry Potter world, right?
Yeah.
Listen, if we really become the Joe Rogan podcast one day and we set up like Jamesy and Whiteboy's world,
Mate.
can you imagine? Yeah. Can you imagine some of the attractions?
Yeah. Pie and mash.
Yeah.
Only. It's the only thing you can get food-wise.
Pie and mash, but they don't give them to you on plates. They give them to you on like synthetic booty holes, so you eat it out of a bumhole. So you got
Munch on that, pet.
munch on that, pet. Yeah, Cheryl Cole working behind the fucking counter. Hey, munch on that, pet. And you stare.
Whiteboy and
then you
Jamesy
don't-
world.
They don't give you any cutlery. You just got to munch it out of
Yeah. Of
the
course.
fucking.
You're only allowed to wear tracksuits, so you're not allowed in.
You're only allowed to wear tracksuits. Yeah.
Mate, let's save it. Next episode, we'll do a full segment on Jamesy and Whiteboy as well. We'll come up with
Jamesy
fucking
and
everything.
Whiteboy's world.
Yeah.
Yeah, there'd be like a little gold statue of like the size of Jamesy's wiener.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And you touch it like you rub it for good luck. You know what I mean? It'll be like in a water feature. You chuck in the coins.
Yeah, that's it. You have to
And
make
then
a
you
wish.
rub it for good luck.
And then if you rub it right, water comes out
yeah,
of it.
it grows like
Yeah.
an extra
Millimetre.
millimetre, yeah. Just want to say a
Brilliant.
big shout out to you and Whiteboy. You make my commute to work enjoyable. And you both are having a positive effect on my mental health. Oh, here we go.
Same guy.
Not the geezer.
Not the
who was-
Aberdeen guy. Who's this?
Not the geezer who was on the bridge, no.
No, who's this?
This is Jack L.
From Aberdeen?
Yeah, from Aberdeen,
Oh,
yeah.
it's like a turn. He's got mental health.
Yeah, Aberdeen Jack.
Nice, yeah. AJ.
AJ. Aberdeen Jack. Just want to say a big shout out to you and Whiteboy. You make my commute to work enjoyable, blah, blah, and you have a positive effect on my mental health. That's
Nice.
good. That's good. That's good. Stay away from the bridges. Keep up the good work. See you in Hackney. Bosh.
Legend.
That's a great message. that
Absolute
one.
legend.
That is a fantastic one. And then another message we've got from Ronnie Springham. I mean, listen, this message I thought also so on brand.
Mate, even the name.
Ronnie
Springer.
Springham. Sounds like an old 1940s winger that played for like fucking Millwall or something.
Yeah.
Ronnie Springham coming down the ring.
Yeah. Ronnie Springer. What a geezer.
Big shout out to the boys on the pod. Listen to this working down the docks.
So on brand.
Get me through the shift. Got all the boys on it. When's the OSB back on?
Soon.
Maybe soon.
Maybe so.
Listen, shout out to the OSB. He's not well at the moment, is he?
You're not very well.
No.
Wishing you the best, OSB.
So I want to do something for the OSB. I do want to do something for him because I either want to show him. Don't know. We need to get something for him or some sort of event when he's maybe a little bit more 100% that we can. Do you know what I mean? Make him build him. You know what I mean? Build him back up again.
Yeah, get in the comments. What should we do for the OSB?
Yeah, maybe what should we do? I'm thinking maybe even like a little. We could do a little. I don't know. We'd do maybe a little event. You know what I mean? That people can buy tickets for and come and. Do you know what I mean?
Little meet and greet with the OSB.
But I don't know. I think we've got to get thinking. We've got to get thinking. But yeah.
What else see our listeners?
So this comment made me laugh. You know, on your clip when you were talking about kitchen turnouts,
Yeah.
you ended up mowing the lawn.
Yeah.
For anyone that has not seen that episode, maybe giving us a little bit of a synopsis of that.
Oh. Yeah, basically. I was saying that I weren't having fun. I haven't had fun on a kitchen turnout for a long time. But back in the day, they were very funny. I
But there was
couldn't sleep.
You can't, and then obviously all
I'd
the-
done so much chang. I couldn't sleep. Started mowing the lawn. Pass the time. It's a great clip. Go and look at it on Instagram.
Yeah, go look at it on Instagram.
One of our best stuff.
And probably one of the highest rated liked comments was this one from A. Rog 1991 about his story of maybe being at the afters, not being able to get sleep. There's no one nowhere to really sleep. There's really a bit of a loose end. You know what I mean? You can't.
What did he do?
So he goes, I got a sunbed at like 9 a.m. after 5 days on the sesh. Longest 12 minutes of my life. Funny thing is, I believe the UV energy charged me up, so I went for another day. Hilarious.
Yeah, mate. It's
Also-
fucking brilliant.
Also quite sad.
Yeah. And definitely not true. Like, sunbeds can't charge you up, but I think I've been in this sort of position where I would think that was working
That
as well.
sort of
You know,
thing
like
goes
you've got
through
in
your
like a
head.
cryo chamber and it's
Yeah.
fucking charged you back
That
up.
sort of thing goes through your head.
That's
yeah.
mustard. Great comment.
Yeah, that is funny. And then also another comment on the YouTube, which I thought was important to highlight, was this is from Ronnie K T2817.
A lot of Ronnies. A lot of Ronnie
Yeah, a lot of
listeners.
Ronnies, a lot of Ronnies, lot of Ronnies, Scotties. You know,
Geezer names.
geezer names. But listen, can I just say our demographic actually is more just like fucking white geezers. I went into I got to shout them out. I went to Northfield Market the other day. I like to go
Standard.
down there. It's probably one of my favourite places to go on a Saturday because I like to have a little bit of a shop and like some of the stalls down there and just it's just nice. When it's a nice day, you can't beat the market.
It was nice as well, Sam.
Really nice. But anyway, go on this stall, and this guy's like, it's two Asian guys running the stall. He's like, oh, mate, what's happening? Blah, blah. We listen to the podcast.
Oh, really?
And I was like, they're one of my favourite sort of geezers, like the British Asian geezer.
Oh, yeah.
British
Love
Asian,
it.
yeah. So, and they were talking about you, and they're he goes, oh, he's from Rice Park, isn't he? Like, yeah. They live Collier Road, Rice Park.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. And they was, shout out them two. I didn't actually get their names. But
Okay.
I'm like, the British Asian geezer,
Oh, it's an absolute classic.
mate, they're right up there with one of my favourite geezers.
Yeah, like the Asian Cockney.
Yeah, they are like
Love an
Asian,
Asian Cockney.
mate, Asian like they are like Asian, yeah.
Mate, we used to go to a restaurant called Khan's. It was like Ilford, halfway up to Ilford, on the left, just like on the A12.
Yeah.
He didn't have a license, so couldn't sell alcohol. So my
Took
mum
your
and dad
own
used to like
booze.
take beers and that, right? The food in this gaff was unbelievable. It was like no Indian you've ever had, like really, really nice. But it was just the guy, this bloke, Mr. Khan. He was like Cockney Asian, and he was a character, mate. And we used to go there, like mainly for him. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
Because
yeah.
he'd like make you feel right welcome. Dying breed.
Yeah.
Dying breed.
And I think they said they're going to get tickets to her Hornchurch, to the Queen's Theatre, or they got the tickets or something like that.
Nice.
And we've got a photo and, yeah.
I'm gonna
forgot
go down there next week.
Forgot to get
Sign
their
an autograph
forgot
for.
to get their names, but they were top
What were they selling?
top geezers. They were selling, so they selling like tracksuits, like Fila, Sergio Tacchini, bit of Cavici.
Casual classics.
Like, yeah, and I might go back there actually and get one of their tops actually, because I saw a nice like Sergio Tacchini one, which I thought would be good for on stage. Because I done the Guildford show, the first one, and I just wore my Lacoste polo, and actually I think I do need some sort of overshirt over me just to, because when the lights are bright on you, every
A
little
little bit self-conscious.
right, every little bit shows up. Do you know what I mean? So actually, when I'm wearing something that's a bit looser fit, it's actually a bit better.
One more layer, yeah.
But anyway, Ronnie K on the YouTube has said, nailed it once again, lads. Any chance of getting a bird on here? Switch it up a little bit. As the missus pointed out, she thought it was a show for the geezers and their birds. Listen, we are trying so
Wait,
hard.
we have had female guests.
We have our female guests. I've asked so many female guests that fit the demographic, like fit the thing of this podcast. It's hard because I think it's hard because they're coming on with two blokes and they maybe think, I don't know if they've not listened to the podcast, they maybe think it might be a bit too laddie for them or whatever. Also, I think blokes are. Yeah, I don't know. We're really trying our best to get. I would love really an equal demographic of like one guest a bloke, one guest a female. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But obviously with guests that you guys are gonna like.
It's tough to do.
Yeah.
Not just that, but guests that are fucking willing to come on here, mate.
But
You know
also
what I mean?
people that you want to hear from. I mean, there's plenty of probably people that I probably could get on female wise, but actually you want someone that you're going to be interested to listen to, and no, because otherwise it might as well just have me and you know. So we are
But you're
trying.
right. You are right.
You are totally right, mate.
Look,
and we are trying.
You asked me about someone this morning. I'll try and put that together. I think she'd be a great guest.
Yeah, I think so. I think it'd be good if we got an influencer on,
Yeah.
because I think we could have some fun with that. And mate, there's so many females listening to this
The
podcast.
Geezer's birds will love it.
Yeah, and the geezers birds will love it. Yeah, and also, yeah, look. This is not just a bloke. This is not just a bloke's podcast. We sort of want to make it for a certain group of people, whether that be women, female, but within the demographic of like women, female. You know what I mean? But it's got to be right, basically.
Of course it has.
It's got to be right.
And there's loads of people we can get on here. The guest has got to be right. It's very important selecting guests. know what I mean? It needs to fit the bill.
Yeah. Another comment that made me laugh. This is from Citrus Menace on YouTube. On the YouTube. Hi, mate. We coming to the South End show. Was wondering if you know how lax it's going to be on the door that night. Will they have sniffer dogs or anything?
Mate,
I can
brilliant.
confirm there are no sniffer dogs. There's no security. If you are going to come to my show and do drugs, please just don't be disruptive and heckle, but fill your boots.
Make sure you
Obviously,
share. Make sure you share.
I don't condone drugs, but if you can do it in moderation, then it makes for a fun night out.
Drugs in moderation, and don't be greedy with it either. Like if there's someone else in the toilet looks like they like a bit, offer it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Come on, we're all the team.
We're a community.
We are. Listen,
We're a community.
There's one thing that listeners of this podcast are. We're a fucking community of degenerates.
Yeah, we're a tight knit community. You
We're
should all be
tight-knit
sharing your
communities.
drugs with each other.
Yeah. And then when obviously the shit does hit the fan, and you know you lose everything, and inevitably the drugs do their job and take their toll and leave you with absolutely nothing, spiritually, emotionally, and financially bankrupt. Then the community gathers round you.
Yeah.
Goes, all right, mate. Come on, let's go to a meeting. Stop crying. Grow a pair of bollocks. Let's get yourself
There you
sorted.
go. And in the meantime, Addicted to Recovery on all platforms. That'll get you through the week. All right. In between meetings, you've always got my other podcast.
Exactly that.
Yeah, share your drugs.
She drugs. Did you get many questions on your thing?
No.
No.
I reposted mine. And you couldn't. Oh, look who's ringing me.
Who? Oh, really?
Yeah.
I see
Brilliant.
him. I see him the other day in the meeting.
I can't answer it right now.
No, I see him the other day in the meeting, actually, funnily enough. And I was like, you all right, mate? How you getting on?
He's out. We must be out.
He's out, yeah.
He
but
must be
say,
out.
Say no more about it because,
Shout him later.
yeah. Done a bit of weight. Because I was like, oh, mate, you
Has he
all right?
really?
I was like, you all right, mate? Oh, you look like you've done a bit of weight. He goes, yeah, well, I've been in prison for 2 years. I was like, oh, fuck.
Didn't feed me very well.
Yeah.
What was I looking
He's
at?
on that porridge
yeah,
diet.
I've got a couple of it.
So, yeah, go on. Here's with a couple of questions. I've got a few here.
So I got a shout out, James Murray.
I think enough with the shout outs because actually the questions are a little bit more entertaining.
Okay. Here we go. JPM11129. Sounds like a fucking robot. What is the best nickname you have got for your mates? Shout out Georgie Holmes and Ginger Will.
No.
What is the
Georgie
best?
Holmes and Ginger Will.
Yeah.
We've got a mate, Ginger Tone. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
shout out Georgie Holmes and Ginger Will. That's from, the robot.
I feel like if you are
JPM.
Ginger, that has got to be part of your nickname.
Of course.
You can't let that one go.
Of course you can't.
Nah.
It's really easy. You just take their first name and put Ginger in front of it.
Yeah.
Ginger Tone?
Yeah, it works well.
Ginger Will?
Works really, really well.
Yeah, rolls
Yeah.
off the tongue nice.
Yeah, it works really, really well.
What is the best nickname you got for your mate? Look, the best, not necessarily my mate, but the best nickname I've ever heard. When my dad used to play for Billy Ricky Rugby Club, there was a guy who used to play for him. He was a policeman, and he lost his leg in like the line of duty,
Right.
and he had a wooden leg. His name was Justin. So he showed up. After it's all done, they started calling him Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
Right?
That's great.
And this is when Justin Timberlake was at his absolute peak of his powers. You know what I mean? Gone solo, teamed up with Pharrell. Justin
Yeah.
Timberlake, mate.
that's
When
perfect.
I first heard it, I was fucking dying. That's the best one I've ever heard.
That is probably the best. I can't really beat
I
that.
can't top that.
I can't beat that.
Justin Timberlake.
I can't beat that. Someone did suggest after OSB's debacle the other day where he escaped out the Bread Beagle window to escape his arch nemesis
Yeah.
out the pub toilet window. Someone did suggest calling his nickname Window. Window. And I thought maybe one on from that, instead of calling him Window, a little bit more subtle, call him Ledge. Go all right, you Ledge. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, mate, because look.
The legend, and that can develop the legend. Oh, why'd you call him the legend? Well, actually, that's long for ledge, which is actually short for window
ledge.
which is short for window because he jumps out window. You know what I mean?
Yeah, which is short for pussied out. Yeah. Brilliant, mate.
Those are the best ones when it's a bit of a.
Mate, I've got one here.
One thing I'd say is actually we've mentioned him before. Our mate Gadge, the way he got that nickname, is his name is Alex James, yeah. And when he turned up, he was like, "Oh, people call me AJ," and people were like, "Oh, okay, cool. People call you AJ. well, we're going to call you Gage.
Yeah, yeah. So
And
that's
then
where
that
Gage come
stuck,
from.
and then Gage stuck. So G-A-J is what
G-A-J,
it is,
yeah.
Gage, isn't it?
Gage.
And actually, when people call him Alex, like, went to his wedding a couple of years ago, and people were like, oh, Alex this, Alex that. And I'm like,
Who the fuck
that's
is Alex?
weird because, like, whenever I've known him, like, even mums and dads of, like, our mates and that,
Yeah, mum and dad call him Gage.
called him Gage. So when I hear people call him Alex, I'm like, oh, that's not his name.
It's really weird. So obviously we set up that business together, me and Gage. When I got nicked and they was going through all my bank accounts, I had done like a no comment interview at the police station, and they'd highlighted all the like large amounts of money that had gone into my account.
Yep.
And basically, I don't know if you know this, when you do a no comment interview, you have to say no comment to everything.
Yep.
You can't pick and choose what you say no comment to.
Nice.
So she's asked me like 100 questions, you have to say no comment to all of them. So she's going through my bank account and she goes, I got one here from, first of all, she got it wrong. She was like, James Alexander, even though because he's got two first names, with the reference dildos. What is this? It was like 10K, you know what I mean, that we'd put into this business. And I was like, oh, like I was really, he's just fucking around on the reference. He just wrote dildos like for a joke, 10 grand's worth of dildos.
Yeah.
But I couldn't explain myself in the interview. I was like, no comment. So yeah, that's my Gage story.
I always remember when I was in a police interview once, and the lawyer had told me, like, you go no comment, so they've got nothing to go off of. Do you know what I mean? And then the first question, they was like, so can we confirm your name is Josh James? And I went, no comment. And they went, no, you got to say your name. I was like, ah, shit. And then I'm looking at him like, you're trying to trick me, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
You just told me to say no comment to everything. He's like, is your name Josh James? And I'm like, no comment.
No comment.
He's like, no, you can say your name. And I'm looking at him like, no, I don't know if to believe you or not.
Mate, the brief should have been like, right, so he's going to ask you your name.
And then
you say
everything after
yes,
that-
and then everything after that.
after
That's
that
just
is no
like poor
comment,
representation, mate. Poor representation.
Yeah.
I'd like to think he didn't make that
He was a
mistake
free
again.
lawyer, where he's what do they call it?
Legal aid.
Legal aid.
Yeah, you get what you pay for in
So
this world, mate.
They're not the best. Although that said, when I got into a bit of trouble the first time round, we had this really lovely lady, and I was really young at the time, and like I was like emotional and like scared. Really, I was really quite scared, and I was like 19, and she was lovely with me. She was really nice, and she was from like a solicitors in Chadwell Heath, and I remember she really helped me, and she was a bit maternal, do you know what I mean? Because you could see that I was just a bit like, oh fuck, like I just pushed my luck and like whatever. Anyway, after it was all, you know, everything got my punishment or whatever, and everything smoothed out. Went in, took a big bouquet of flowers and some chocolates, and I was like,
Mate, this sounds like the beginning of one of them pornos we was talking about.
yeah. And then she was like, lock the door. She was like, oh, dropped a pen.
Yeah.
It's time for me to feel the long arm of the law. You know what I mean? But she was great. And then I remember after, and she was like, thanks, Josh. She was like, no, I could tell, like, you're a good kid. You've just done, you know what I mean? You've been a bit...
Wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah, listen, you've made a bad decision, but she was like, I could tell, like, you know what I mean? She was like, let's be a lesson to you now. You're a good kid. You shouldn't be in these sort of places.
No, I don't
Do you
want to
know what I
see
mean?
you. Make sure I don't see you again.
Yeah, exactly, one of those. And I was
Slap
like,
on the wrist.
and I was like, yeah, you're right. I'm a good person.
I'm a
gonna
good boy.
I'm gonna do something good in my life, you know. Anyway, got some questions. Yeah, some more questions. Oh, this is an interesting one. Let me do my shoelace up, because that's really annoying me. Don't you hate that when your shoelace goes?
Yeah. Doesn't normally happen while I'm sitting down, though.
Yeah, it's because I do it like that. I double bow.
Yeah. Notice.
Yeah, it's cool.
I'm a single knot guy.
So this one is from dom.uk. Have Josh and Whiteboy ever fallen out? If so, what happened?
No?
No. No, I don't think we have.
I remember that one time when you was like, yeah, come round my house, we're going to record at like 10 a.m. on Sunday. Remember that one?
Oh my God.
And I'm at your house knocking on the door. This is before we had this whole production. Fucking big time now, weren't we?
Yeah.
This is back when we was doing it ourselves in the garage. And
I'd forgotten.
I'm just like knocking on the door for fucking ages. No signal outside your house because you live in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And yeah, eventually got through. And I'm like, where are you? He was like, I'm out, mate. And then you bought me 3 vapes to apologise.
3 vapes, didn't I? Yeah.
But that's about as close as we've come.
The only time that I've felt like losing my temper at you is just when you eat. 'Cause you're the fucking loudest eater. But luckily I sort of learnt my lesson now, and I just sort of try and either not have a meal with you, or just sit a bit away. Be like,
Yeah, to be honest, mate, I don't really want to have a meal with you anyway because all you eat is plain
yeah, well, okay, well,
boiled
likewise,
rice.
mate. Likewise, I don't want to fucking be next to the. Oh, honestly, like an oath. Honestly, it's like it's like eating next to Shrek.
Mate, in my house, yeah, two brothers, it was like you didn't eat fast, you didn't eat at all, mate. So you had to get it in you.
Yeah.
Land of the fucking giants in my house, you know what I mean? My mum used to come back from Tesco's. We used to just like quickly eat as much as we could because otherwise it was just all going to be
I
gone.
remember there was a family that I used to be friends with, like when I was younger, and they were real big fat family. You know what I mean? Like real.
Fat
You know,
fucks.
just like listen, but not just like they was all obese. Really,
They all looked like they'd eaten the same thing.
they was all obese, right? But whenever I used to go around their house, they never used to have anything in the kitchen. Right? I just think that's weird. Like, how are they that big? And
They've eaten it all, mate.
mate, I mean, one time I was round there, the mum come back from fucking Tesco
Yeah.
with all these bags. Literally, the bags did not go into the fucking kitchen. They went straight into the living room. They all come in like scurrying out. Mate, they're just going into the fucking the plastic bags, picking out big biscuits and like ironing them out. And I'm like, put it in the kitchen first.
Take one at a time.
But it was like she does this big shot, and literally it was like, you know, like when you chuck out a bit of bread and all like
For the pigeons, yeah.
in Trafalgar Square, and all the pigeons come out. You know what I mean? Just all like really.
Yeah,
on it.
yeah, or like off a boat, all the fish are coming up.
I could not believe it. I could not believe what I was seeing. And then when I was finished, about 20 minutes later, there was about 3 carrier bags left, and I was like, oh, okay, that's why you don't have any food in the cupboards.
Yeah.
Because it's literally like you just come in, you graze. You know what I mean? And then.
Quickly eat it. Yeah, well, look, I was a little bit like that when I was a kid. No wonder I was a fat fuck. But saying that, mate, you was a fat fuck as well. So how was you getting fat? I know what it was.
Because every
you
time I
only ate carbohydrates. That's what it was.
Yeah, and every time I showed
'Cause
your
of your-
mum, she
'cause of
gave
your-
me a biscuit.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. It's the 2 dairy milk effect.
Yeah, true. Jack O'Neill, what's an embarrassing moment for you both that keeps you up at night?
Being embarrassed is the one that always got me so mad.
I
I used a lot of drugs off the back of feeling embarrassed. Like, I'd just be like, oh, and I'd think about it like 15 years later.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one. You might have to bleep the name out. Can you bleep the second name out for me, please? The first one's all right. So I was talking to this girl when I was a kid, still at school, texting back and forth, talking on the phone. I'd never met her, didn't know who she was. So I'm like chatting to this girl, and then I went to Onga one day. She was in the Onga football club. This girl, didn't know it was the same girl, talking to her. And I'm like, oh, you go to that school? I'm like, do you know Carly? And she's like, I am Carly. And I was just like,
What did you do?
oh, didn't know what to do or say. Right? And instead of me just going like, oh, fucking hell, we've been talking to each other. Like, I'm thinking, like, she's probably like, yeah, no, mate. You know what I mean? I just
Did
like,
she know it was you?
I think I just like imploded and just like walked off. And I remember thinking like, how did I handle that situation so badly?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And mate, I still think about it sometimes today.
Oh,
Funny
mate.
enough, like I managed to redeem myself in that situation a few years later. But yeah, that happened. Make sure you bleep that one out again.
Oh, mate, I got one from about a few weeks ago.
Have you?
Yeah, well, just like, it kills me bad. So like, when I do the tour sport for Mo, I go on the road with the lads, and I am the token white guy, yeah?
Yeah.
And got Mo, you got that tour manager, Javan, you got Ricardo, DJ One Touch, you know what I mean? Manuel who drives now, they're all like black lads who are from like London, do you know what I mean? Different sort of culture, I suppose, from what we, you know what I mean? I'm like I'm an Essex
White boy.
white boy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But I'm trying to like, but we're not, I suppose culturally, actually, we're not a million miles away from them, because it's like, we still like to, in comparison to other people on the comedy circuit, because we still like, we're into our clothes. You know what I mean? We probably like to go, we used to go out to nightclubs where there was sparklers and stuff like that. And
Yeah,
we
popping
like,
bottles.
We like football. Do you know, there's a load of common ground there. Do you know what I mean? So I'm quite similar to them, but obviously still like, we're from different worlds in a way. Do you know what I mean? But I still try and, you know, you try and, what's the word?
Fit in.
Fit in, yeah. Sometimes you try and fit in and like try and, you know what I mean? You try and be like, you just try and be one of the man them, don't you really? You know what I mean? And the other day, like, I can't remember, but I used the word, I was talking about one of them in their single and he's like texting girls and I'm trying to like use a bit of lingo that I think.
What did you say? What did you say?
So I was like, oh yeah, I'm like, yeah, fucking, they're talking a bit road, you know what I mean? Like they do. And I'm like, yeah, he likes the galleys. It's almost like, like when, I was like, yeah, he likes the galleys. You know, like when there's a record playing, it goes, it was almost like that. It was like, the music stopped and everyone looked around and they were like, what did you just say?
Galleys.
And I was like, girls? And they're like, no, what did you say before that? I was like, I said galleys. They're like, ah, shit. Is that a word? And I'm like, dunno, bro, you tell me. And honestly, at that time, you're just like, oh, fucking what? I'd kill I don't know, I want to die.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you felt like a real fish out of water. It was just a reminder
of just like, just be, you know what I mean? Be yourself.
Be yourself, mate. Be yourself.
Just, like, why did I have to feel like I had to say galleys? It's not what, I don't even say galleys.
No, I don't think anyone does.
Nah, mate, I'm just like, I don't know. How can I...
Be yourself, mate, and just know that you're enough. Okay?
Yeah. Mate, just in that moment, I just felt like fucking...
Them guys will respect you a lot more if you just behave like yourself.
Felt like Declan Rice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's with Saka and the boys.
Declan Rice must feel when he's away in international duty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's kicking it with Ivan Toney and fucking Eze. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's gone a bit. He's gone so far that way.
Like, please like me.
Yeah. No, he's gone so far that way.
But yeah, that killed me, and I've honestly thought about that every day since. And yeah. But you got to say these things, you know what I mean? You got to get this.
Yeah, mate, get them out. Say them on a platform like this where everyone else can find out.
Our resident brother over there, Cheeky, absolutely cracking up.
Yeah, because he knows. He's had white boys like you round him before trying to fit in.
Yeah,
and failing.
I actually put it down to the fact that I've been spending too much time with Cheeky. You know what I mean?
Don't bring me into the
because he probably lets me get away with loads of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, he's telling his pals when he goes back to. Don't worry about that.
You know.
Guess what Josh said earlier.
You've never said galleys around me.
No, I've not, have I? I feel like I've always been myself around you. I've showed you a couple things on the Instagram and I'm like, have a look at this thing, bruv. Yeah, I was telling him that story that... Oh, no, I'm not going to tell that, actually. Anyway, here we go. More questions. This one's from Flo Heron. That's right, one of the infamous Herons.
Is it a cousin?
It's an auntie.
Is it really?
You ever met her?
Shout out Flo, maybe.
Yes, you...
I remember.
Character. I mean, they're all characters in that family. They're just fucking wild, aren't they?
So hang on. Heron, is this fat side of the family?
Fat, seedy
Big
size
fat, stinky,
sister.
seedy side. Oh, okay, brilliant. Yeah, perfect.
So, South London's finest.
Yeah.
We're talking here. So, shout out to all the mid-aged ladies who listen because they miss the baby boys living at home. So what Flo Heron has told me, she goes, me and my mates, we all listen to it, right? Because they got sons that are like us. And
they've all moved out.
Well, Flo, I think her sons grew up in like South East London, basically. We're sort of out to Bromley as well. And obviously they don't live with them no more. And they sort of miss that.
You miss the banter.
They miss having the boys at home.
Yeah.
So they listen to it for that.
Mate, I never thought about that.
Which is very nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really, really nice.
Again, another demographic of, people that... So, yeah, shout out to you.
Nice,
shout out
thank
to
you,
all the middle-aged ladies that do listen. And also all the elderly ladies. I mean, whatever age-aged ladies. All the birds.
Yeah, all the birds.
You can all get it. In a podcast sense, you know what I mean? I'm not shagging no old birds, that's for sure. Okay, not anymore. Not anymore. What else we got here? Scott Evans, 90.
Oh, Scott Evans.
Evans
Two
again.
shout-outs on one episode.
Does Whiteboy want to buy a Peugeot 206 Cat B? Good price. Lovely little reference. Lovely little callback.
Mate, I'm out the Peugeot game, bruv. That ended years ago.
This one, I said no more shout outs, but this one is great. And also just like very odd, like, yeah. This one's from Charlie Sweeney, 86. Shout out to Luca Lynn. The geezer's an absolute virgin.
I used to love calling people virgins. You know, like when
Yeah.
you first lost your virginity?
Yeah.
And then you could call someone a virgin.
Yeah.
A power.
I got my mate Danny Godley. You ever met him?
Nah.
Loveliest geezer in the
Proper
world.
virgin.
Probably out of all my mates, he is probably my nicest friend. Like, if
Okay.
anyone meets Danny, you can't have a bad word to say about him. He's just the loveliest person ever.
Maybe I did meet this guy.
Might have met him.
Okay.
Might have met him, but just the loveliest bloke ever. Right, one of my oldest friends actually. And he got married, and his missus is pregnant. And when he sent, and I always call him a virgin because he is so nice. I can't really get him with anything. You can't really, because he's so nice. The only thing you can get him with, when you're really nice, you're a fucking virgin.
Virgin,
you know what
mate,
I mean?
yeah.
And he texted me when his missus was pregnant. He sent me a picture, and he goes, "Not a virgin anymore."
Love that.
I was like, "Mate, you'll always be a virgin."
Yeah, I love that. Mate, I remember I was on a school trip. We went to Spain with school on like this water sports trip. And I'd like lost my virginity. And a lot of people in year hadn't at that point. This is year 11.
Year 6.
Sorry, not year 6, year 11. Year 11.
Jesus.
And I was sitting across the table, was having lunch. And I was like, shut up, you virgin, right? And this teacher come past me. She was like, Chris, like, proper had a go at me, calling this teacher a virgin.
Really?
She's like, pulled me aside. She's like, so that tells me that you shouldn't be having sex at your age. Like, give me a whole fucking full
How
on
old
talk.
was she
Like,
then? 15?
she's like, do not call people that. It's really bad. And I was like, shut up, you virgin.
I mean, it's,
To the teacher.
it's not that bad. is
Clearly
it?
a virgin.
But
miss.
actually, at the time, when you are, it can kill you.
Mate, the power you've got.
Yeah, the power
you've got.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
it's like,
It's like Lord of the Rings shit.
yeah, it's like having the ring, innit?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That is.
It's like having, yeah, you just feel,
Yeah.
yeah, you feel like, yeah,
I got a dark one. Do you want that?
yeah, go for it. Yeah, cool. All right,
Brilliant.
lovely.
All right, mate. To be honest, do we want to end it on a
No,
dark note?
let's keep them going. I quite like doing the questions.
Right. Here you go. CME Music 1. Any advice for a lad who's just lost a 10-year relationship due to self-sabotage?
Oh, really?
I'd say, silver lining, single, bruv.
Self-sabotage, that strikes me as, I mean, look, we're reading between the lines here, but self-sabotage, would that be maybe addiction
Probably
problems?
drug use, yeah.
Listen, whatever is making you self-sabotage or whatever's, you know, ruining your life like that, I suppose the only advice is you've got to address that.
Address the problem.
Address the problem before, one, you go and try and get that relationship back, or two, before you get into another relationship. Because if you get into another relationship, you still got them problems. Might be all good for like a year because do you know what I mean? You'll be able to sort of keep a band-aid on it for a year. But you know what I mean? You come unstuck eventually.
Of course not, mate. If you are living with something that is causing you problems in your life, getting another relationship is just adding more problems. Like, you've got to deal with it before you move on. And, yeah, if it is addiction, slide in the end. I'll point you in the right direction.
Whiteboy help you, definitely. Well, I'll help you as well.
But yeah, like I said, silver lining, you're single, mate. Go for your
This is a good one from Corbin Byrne. How many goals you think you would get if you was up front for Man City for a season?
5.
No, that's bollocks. I was thinking about this. I think if I could nick 2, I'd be absolutely buzzing.
Bruv, I'm 6'4".
Yeah, mate, it's no difference.
Think I ain't getting my head on 5 corners in a whole year?
Yeah, no, you ain't.
Yeah, I am.
Well, mate, but you
How
don't,
about this
at
then?
that level.
What about penalties? If they let you take all the
Yeah, but
penalties.
you're the amateur amongst them. They're not going to let you. But
What if they let you take all the penalties?
even then, it's going to be hard to
Mate,
score
don't
against
start
them.
talking about it being realistic.
Listen,
We're not doing this, are we? It's a hypothetical.
Even then, it's going to be hard to score against Premier League keepers. It is.
All right, 1. I can nick one.
I think if you nick 2, you're absolutely flying.
Think, if I was at Man City for a season, imagine how much my cardio and my fitness would get better because I'll be training with them every day. So by the end of the season, there's no reason I couldn't bang like a hattie in one game against like
No,
Bournemouth.
there's every reason because you're just not up to that standard.
I don't know, mate. You've seen me play football. You've seen me play football.
Yeah, listen, I think if you could get 2, I think you're doing all right.
That's a good question. I like that.
I think if you get 2, you're doing all right.
How about this one? Just been to Benidorm for the Cheltenham week. Have you boys been? Would you go? Don't really understand the reference between Benidorm and Cheltenham.
Oh, so I think what they do, I've seen this on the news, a lot of people go to Benidorm for the weekend or for the Cheltenham period to watch it out there. They've got big screens on and they bet out there. And it's basically that way of getting a little bit of warmer weather and
Mate,
enjoying it. I
love
suppose
that.
it's a little bit more of like, I mean, I've never been Cheltenham. I've done that video, didn't I, for the betting company.
Yeah, it was good, mate. I like that.
Which is funny because I always said, oh, you know, probably wouldn't do a betting advert.
And then they dangled the
And then
readies.
they damn go 5 figures in your face and you think, well, do you know what? Maybe I'll drive them to the bookies myself. You know what I mean? So it's funny, isn't it? It's funny how your morals change.
Funny how quickly you sell out. Yeah.
It's funny what my sponsor said to me though. I said to him about it. He said, look, you know, who has to feed your missus and your baby? Do you know what I mean? And it's true, you know.
Yeah, you're right.
I've got to do that. You know, no one else. So, yeah.
So yeah, have you boys been? Would you go? I mean, look, it sounds fucking great.
I'm not
Putting
on.
money on horses. And I have been to Benidorm. I had a great time. My older
ya?
brother stag do was in Benidorm.
Really? But can you go to Benidorm and have fun?
Yeah, I had fun in
not
Benidorm.
drinking?
Not drinking? Yeah, definitely, mate.
I don't think it'd be as fun.
I can go anywhere and have fun not drinking.
Really? Okay. Well, there you go. And listen, ladies and gents, that's all your questions for this week. I like that. I like this hearing.
Sorry, that
hearing
was from
the
Adam
listeners.
W. Baker, the Benidorm
Adam
one. Sorry, I
W.
forgot to shout
Baker.
you out.
Shout out, Ad. Guys, sorry to everyone that sent in messages and questions that we've not had a chance to read out. We'll probably do this again in a few weeks' time, so hopefully they'll be read out then. But that's us done for another episode. Guys, tour tickets, they're absolutely flying out now. There's not a lot left to really get your hands on. So, yeah, go to joshjamesy.com to secure yours. Once they're gone, they're gone. I've had a lot of people message me, actually, in the last few weeks, and they're like, oh, is there tickets to Queen's Theatre? Is there tickets to this? Is there tickets to that? Listen, once they're sold, they're sold. Do you know what I mean? I can't actually get you all in if there's not any seats, unfortunately. So please, just buy tickets if you want to come. What they got to do on YouTube, Whiteboy?
Leave us a like, leave us a comment, subscribe to the channel.
Lovely stuff. And we'll see you all next week. Cheerio.
Bye.